I am very excited to have my next guest join us. They're a very talented band from Minneapolis, Minnesota, one of my favorite places in the whole world, Cheese Green. Joining us here on set. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks.
How are things?
Great.
Good, yeah.
Couldn't be
Great. San
pretty
Francisco is
better.
gorgeous.
Most of us have not been to
Yeah.
California, so this is a big deal for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's make sure that my mom who's watching this knows who you guys are. If we just run down the line and tell me one fun fact of San Francisco or California that you were hoping that would be true or were anticipating.
Ooh, okay. My name is Rains Lucas. I knew it would be hilly, and it was.
Perfect.
That's it.
That's true. True statement.
My name's Liam Armstrong, and I have always heard that you could see mountains, the ocean, and in the same like kind of small area in San Francisco. So, and that's very true. So
It is. It's only 7 by 7
yeah,
square miles.
yeah,
You can literally walk from one side to the other.
it's wild.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Sophia. And I would have to say, I honestly wasn't expecting there to be like fully woods past the Golden Gate Bridge. I was expecting just like at least some like small town energy, but it was so gorgeous and it was so deserted and yeah, it was beautiful.
Muir Woods for reference.
Yeah,
That's
Muir
right.
Woods.
Yep.
My name is Teddy, and I haven't been able to confirm yet if he is still around, but I've been really curious to see if the Bushman from Fisherman's Wharf is still scaring people.
Wow, you go deep.
My
That's a deep cut.
My dad told me about that when I was little, and he came back from a business trip where he got.
Are you guys familiar with Bushman?
No, he's kind of talked to people about it, but then they go into a whole conversation. I think we kind of check out. I don't know.
okay.
I don't know much about the Bushman. Yeah.
All right. Well, just be prepared. Keep your eye on the bushes behind me and what have you. And at any point in time, I don't know if you scare easily.
I'll be all right, but
Okay. All
This
I
right.
think I can
Maybe.
manage.
I don't know about
Finally.
me.
My name is Kevin, and it's hard for me to think of something that hasn't been said. I knew it was going to be hilly and beautiful, and it was both of those things.
Amazing. Amazing. All this to say that San Francisco is not so scary that the news tries to make it out to be.
not at all.
No.
Same goes for Minneapolis.
Yes. I love Minneapolis. By the way, I was only there up until the pandemic for a number of years when X Games
Oh wow.
was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
So it was my first time there. So we were there for like 2-3 years in a row, whatever it was. I had the best time in Minneapolis. Went to
Nice.
First Avenue,
Cool.
Yeah,
saw
we
the
love
stars
that
on the
spot.
wall and everything. And we made friends with some skaters. We were in the invite-only Hiawatha Bowl. I don't know if you guys are skaters or not.
No.
I try.
That sounds
I'm
crazy.
not good, but
No.
one
Oh,
day
wow.
maybe.
We love your music, and I love how you guys came together. And I think with Minneapolis being so friendly and whatnot, I think it made sense for how you guys came together. From what I understand, Sophia and Liam, you guys kind of started this whole thing.
Yeah.
What were the commonalities between you two that made the friendship blossom into band?
I mean, we lived together. We were roommates. So,
Yeah.
and we kind of like lived in rooms right next to each other in a house. And I'd always hear her working on music. And yeah, I mean, we really clicked right away with our music tastes when we first met. And yeah.
Yeah, it was really just like mutual friends at first, and that's how we became roommates. And then we'd always overhear each other making music, and we were just like, "Whoa, okay, this like could really work." I was doing more of like synth bedroom pop type of stuff, and Liam was really into the guitar and like getting into shoegaze at the time. So we kind of just like, I don't know, locked in.
Yeah, and I would always kind of like at parties and stuff, when we'd have parties, I would make like beats, and then a bunch of people would freestyle.
This
on
is
them.
true. One of the first
Yeah.
times I like hung out with Liam, I was at a party and they were like, all right, come in here. Everybody's freestyling on Liam's beat. And I was like, wow. So I did not forget that party. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was like the first time I heard Zofia sing. Probably, I was like, wow, she has a really good voice.
Wow. Was that
Yeah.
impromptu, or were you planning on this? Were you having a few drinks and got some liquid courage? And
Maybe a little of some of that, but
Yeah.
what were you singing?
honestly, it would be like a rap beat or like a, and I would just
would
sing.
rap?
I
Just be-
would, no, but
No, it'd be like
it would be like
R&B vocals.
Apple bottom
R&B.
jeans, boots.
Yeah, it was R&B, and then I would just like lay down a random chorus melody and freestyle that, and it just kind of like came together, and that was when I realized like, oh, whoa, this is something I can really do.
Now, were you guys going to school at the time as roommates?
Yeah,
Yeah,
University of Minnesota?
I was.
Got your
but-
mom.
Okay.
yeah. I'm actually a dental assistant.
Dental.
So, yeah, so kind of shocking, but I did a couple years, and because I was kind of just at a point like, what do I want to do? And that seemed like a non-intimidating thing, just like a 2-year program. But I'm really happy where I'm at with these guys.
Well, it's very pragmatic as well. I think you want to get into some type of profession that has some stability and
Yeah,
a salary
exactly.
and benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sure
For sure.
She's Green is not helping with the vision plan at the moment.
But it's really fun.
We're working on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
As you guys were kind of gelling and making music together and trying to figure it out, how did the sound expand into what it is with Kevin and Rains and the guys?
Definitely when we took it like into the basement, kind of just like tried to play the stuff like I had recorded on my computer, and we tried to play it live. And then that's when we really, kind of the more we did that, we kind of wanted to play a show, and then everything kind of changed the way we would approach songwriting. We would just write together instead of
Yeah.
like me recording songs in my room.
Yeah, so actually, like the earlier songs that we have, like River, I always call it Dive. What is it? Bleed?
Bleed.
Yeah.
River, Bleed, and Smile Again. Like that was just Liam and I. And you can kind of tell like it's more of a lo-fi sound. But I think having the band, it's been really great because now we have this like really nice and full live sound. I'm like super excited for all the new stuff that we're making and what it's kind of transforming into.
So how did 2 become 5?
Well, I would go and talking about mutual friends, I was friends with Liam and Zoph's other roommates. Like I had known them since like high school, most of them. So I was actually going over and jamming with their other roommates, like just playing like Zeppelin songs and stuff like that. And that kind of coincided with them making original music. So that's kind of where I got involved. Like I was just kind of in the right place at the right time, just jamming with
We
the right
would jam
people.
a lot in our basement and just kind of ask anybody to hop in. And then there was Kevin.
Wow. You have an awesome landlord.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Yeah.
knew what was going on.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah,
Como is
like-
like kind of like the neighborhood where everybody gets
I
houses.
think there was 6 of us. Yeah.
Wow. And the other roommates didn't care?
We were
They
all
probably,
musicians.
They probably had their.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like-
So you
like
made
every
sure
single one
that
of us.
everybody was making noise.
Yeah.
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 It was
Wow.
pretty rowdy.
It was a loud house.
I was Liam's coworker at the college radio station at the U of M. Shout out Radio K. But yeah, he was sending me some of the stuff he was working on, and I was practically begging to jam with him by the end of hearing like a few of the songs he had sent me.
I didn't even go to the University of Minnesota, and I know these guys from Radio K. So
Oh.
the student radio there is like, a big deal locally. So, yeah.
Okay. So you basically crashed all these parties and
Oh yeah, pretty
underground
much.
shows.
I came from Madison and like hung out with the cool people in Minneapolis.
Oh, wow.
On the weekends, yeah.
There's a couple.
How close is Sheboygan to Madison?
An hour. I mean, let's see. I went to the Bratfest one time. I think that was maybe a 40-minute drive or something like that. I might be totally wrong, but not too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have this, I don't know, fantasy about Sheboygan. When we went to Minneapolis
Yeah.
all those times, we always wanted to make a little side trip to Sheboygan. We thought this must be a magical place. We heard about all these great things happening in
Have you
Sheboygan.
heard about the brats?
We heard about the brats, but we heard about other
Sheboygan.
crazy.
Yeah.
We heard about these random house parties and impromptu performances and things like that. We never made it to Sheboygan.
There's
You
still
will one
time.
day.
You're as close as I'm going to get to speaking to someone about Sheboygan.
For now.
For now.
No, it's over
Fly to
there.
Minneapolis and I'll drive to get you some brats in Sheboygan. It's like a 3-hour drive, but yeah,
I hope it's worth it.
it's up to you.
beautiful
Like I said,
If it is or it isn't.
but there's like other fantastical things going on over there that,
Absolutely.
that supposedly happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wow. This style of music is not necessarily the most popular,
Yeah.
and it's not what people kind of immediately listen to until they dig into one band and then Spotify recommends and you go down the rabbit hole. What are the touch points for you guys with regards to She's Green and the shoegaze, new gaze sound, if you will? I don't know. I don't know.
We're pretty good at this list. I think the big ones that, and everybody chime in, but Sundays, Beach House, Cocteau Twins, MBV. What am I missing here?
I'd say of like the classic acts, the one I gravitated most to is probably like Ride, and then like big into like Dinosaur Jr. as well. Kind of grungier stuff too, like Smashing Pumpkins.
I really love Lush.
Oh,
I
wow.
think they're awesome.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
awesome.
the like 12 string, like acoustic electric is
Beautiful.
really beautiful.
And there's a lot
Yeah.
of good new bands too. It's not always, like
Yeah.
to me, you're really inspired by the people who you see live and too. So a lot of new bands we really dig.
So Wisteria, the EP that you released in 2023, is kind of what a lot of people gravitated towards. You have a new song called Graze, which just came out. How do you see this all coming together and the trajectory of where things are going?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good question.
yeah. We're I think we're just gonna keep like making music that's like as true to our sound as possible and like
And we are already, like we have a lot of new music. So
yeah.
A lot of irons in the fire.
yeah.
We
and
can-
one like some of that's already recorded and some of that's not, and so we're talking to people to figure out what we're gonna do with all that. But that's where we're at now. Is a lot of music to sit on, and then figuring out what project it's gonna turn out as.
Yeah.
With the recent signing of your record label, right?
Yep.
Photo Finish Records.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are they knocking on the door and saying, hey, let's get this going?
I mean,
We need to get spins on Radio K.
Yeah, they're not being like annoying about it, but they're just being like so supportive and so encouraging, and they're just like, "What's next?" Like,
Yeah.
we just sent over some demos. Like, we're definitely doing things, and they're really supportive
Yeah.
of
There's been-
everything.
Yeah, there's been a really good back and forth with like kind of figuring out how to formulate like the next music releases. So we can't really talk too much about like what specific form it's going to take because it's a little bit in flux, and also I don't want us to get in trouble. But but yeah, we're working closely with them and figuring out a good release plan for the music that we have cooking up right now, and trying to figure out what spices to add, how long to let it simmer, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Cooking.
It's not so much
Getting
like a
dinner
pressure
ready.
as like we're all just excited to release new music anyways, and we want to do it. And they match that excitement, which is a great feeling. So they've been really supportive of us.
Yeah, there's a whole roster of great bands on the label, so you're with good company. I don't think that they would be pressuring you to do TikTok dances or anything like that, right? I don't know, Kevin, you're not.
Maybe
You're
that's
turning
our
red,
lane,
right?
though.
Oh,
So-
I mean,
This guy gets
I-
a mean rug.
there's I don't know. There were some plans talked about, but probably nothing will come to fruition.
He's practicing, yeah.
I want to see you in Sheboygan
Yep.
doing some dancing with brats.
We're hitting the dive. We're getting some brats, and this man's gonna be skating all over the dance floor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hit the Hiawatha Bowl together.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Sounds like a day. Sounds like
Book a
it's
flight,
gonna be
man.
a,
Let's do
a
this.
good time.
I'm serious. I want all of us there. I don't
right.
want just Kevin. I need everybody.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll
Does,
give you-
does anybody
down.
else know how to skate?
I mean,
We've tried.
badly.
I know how to
Like an
ice skate.
ollie.
Okay.
That's the Minnesotan answer, I think.
Yeah. Same.
I tried
Longboarded
skating
for a
like
couple of
once.
summers.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we have somebody that can work on teeth, I think we'll be fine.
Precise.
point.
Yep, we got you
I think
covered.
we know somebody.
Bones is okay. It's the teeth I got to worry about. So great to meet you guys.
Likewise.
This is so
And
much
Likewise,
fun.
thank you.
I'm really, really stoked about the music and what you have coming up.
Thank
Yeah.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Best of luck with everything.
Shout out B-sides. You guys are great.
Shout out
You guys
B-sides.
are
Shout out
great.
B-sides.
She's green right here on B-Sides.